Hi everyone, I'm Debbie. If you don't know, welcome to my channel. I'm fairly new at doing this, but I just want to, try to come on Sunday mornings, sometimes during the week a couple times, but I mainly talk about crocheting projects I have worked on or I'm working on, or just life in general, little things that may make you laugh or put a smile on your face. But so let me start off first is, oh, my hair's sticking out funny. Yeah, I don't do edits, so if I screw up, it's going to stay in there so you know exactly who I am. Oh, excuse me. I have to remove. Sorry, it's bugging me. I have a heart monitor on. It's no big deal. It's a precautionary thing so they can get off my stupid blood thinners, but they want to prove that I'm not having AFib, which I haven't had in 2 years. But I don't want it to keep taking that blood thinner stuff. So, but this thing you have to wear, besides the one that's stuck on you, everywhere you go. And I forget, and I go off and leave it in the room, and then it goes off, and so it's a pain in the neck. And you have to wear it for 2 weeks, and I just got it this week. So it's just proving to my cardiologist that I'm not having AFib anymore because I'm a new patient, and before he takes me off, he's being cautious, which is nice that he's being cautious, but I'm done with it. Okay, so I have been making a lot of stuff, but the thing is, I've been taking it over to Alyssa's to sell and things for fall because she's really putting, she's really wanting that stuff in there. But I have been working on some snowmen. I think I'm going to really work on lots of snowmen for Christmas for my booth because she does a big Christmas reveal. And I don't do Santa Claus, so it's going to have to be either snowmen or gingerbread men or whatever. So first off, you've seen some of my snowmen that I made. I was making one that's really cute, and she had a floppy hat. It was a family, and it's so aggravating. Some of these patterns, they're supposed to be reviewing them, but they'll tell you, you start and you do this and this. Well, so I was halfway through the hat, and I kept thinking, why isn't the top being closed? Why didn't they stop at the top instead of at the kind of like at the brim? And I kept thinking that, and I kept going over and over, and I kept going back and forth to the different sections because there's like a dad and a mom and a little one, and they said to follow the dad for the face for the top part, and then they had a separate section for her hat. Well, there's a big hole in the top of it, and so I gave up, and and of course the person that designed it is no longer on Etsy, so you can't do anything. And so I wasted my half a day on trying to figure out what am I not reading or doing. So that's frustrating. And let's see, there was another one that I started, and again, I buy these from Etsy. You would think that they would be on top of that stuff, or the other people that bought it will give them a review and say, don't buy this because the instructions are incomplete. Because when I do a review, I tell them, hey, they're missing instructions. But I did get this one done. I think I didn't show you this, but I finished him, and I like his hat and his little top hat. So that turned out cute, and he's got blue eyes, glittery blue eyes. It's nice and soft, and of course it's Premier Chunky because it's the easiest on my hands. It's smooth and it glides really good over the needle. And then I did this one, and I'm going to do all different sizes, and of course in this one, same thing, but instead of making my own buttons, my buttons holes or my buttons, I decided on the little one, I decided to do black buttons. So I hot glued black buttons for their mouth and even the nose. But again, the top, there was enough fullness in this one. They wanted you to put a pom-pom there. Well, that's fine, but they don't tell you how big you want to make it or how to make it or any of that kind of stuff. So I've seen on other snowmen that they just crunch it up, and I think it turned out cute even with scrunch. And then instead of a regular scarf, I did ribbon. I did 2 different layers of ribbon on it, and I thought that just kind of added something a little different instead of always being the same old, same old. So that's what I'm going to start doing. And any ones that have a round bottom that are like this, I'm going to put rock cinnamon or some of those beads. I'm careful about putting the beads in anything that a baby may be holding, because you know how those things do break. And it's just a precautionary to me. And plus, on top of that, those beads are expensive. So expensive. What I've discovered, though, some of these little tiny rocks that I can get is like for aquariums. So you can buy them aquariums, and they work just as fine. Actually, they work better because they're heavier than those pellets, so you don't have to use as much. Then I was so proud of myself. I got myself what did I do with it? I brought it in here to show you. Oh, here it is. I did some things in my booth to make them a little more room and more access to hanging stuff. But I had to have a drill to unscrew the little boxes I had up there, and I don't have the strength to do that. So I bought it's so cute, a drill, and it's electric screwdriver both. And what's neat is it's magnetic. These things are magnetic, so you just pop them in, which is really nice. And it's all charged and ready to go. I was so excited. I wanted to use it and take it with me Monday, and I forgot it. It was sitting on the counter. I was so mad. So I had to go find somebody, one of the vendors that were working, if they would come and help me unscrew my box, because I just don't have the strength to do it. I was so disappointed because I'm anxious to use my new toy. But I'm gradually adding some toys. My husband had a big drill, and we used that quite a bit, but the battery itself, it's old, and so they don't last very long. And I'm thinking, why purchase the batteries are kind of expensive, the rechargeable ones that go in the bottom of your drill. And it's cumbersome. And I thought, well, why don't I see if I can find a smaller one that I can handle better? And so this one came up, and I found it. It was only $26. So you can't beat it. So I decided I was going to do that. Then, oh, it's raining. It's not raining, it's pouring. And let's see. My daughter, she was so great. I had these cup cozy. Selling these cup cozies, but the trouble is, it's too big, and they're too long, and they won't stay up. So she went on her Cameo, and she made me shorter ones and a little more narrow. Let's see here, that they stay up and they look a lot better, and I can stamp something on the top of it. But these are much nicer, and she did it in all different colors of paper. That was so nice of her to do that. She says, because right now I have all mine in plastic bags that are kind of they're laid up in a basket, but they don't stay very organized. So I'm thinking, now that they fit on here, I might just go ahead and punch a hole up here and put hang them. But I'm thinking about getting a sticker with my information on it, Cozy Critters, and my Facebook and my YouTube and stuff, and then all my information is on there, and then I can still punch them up, and it'll look a little more professional, I guess I want to say. But I got my report back from Alyssa's my very first month, and I sold 30 items. I did not realize how many things I put out there. And I made over $400. So I was really pleased and excited since it's my first month. People don't know I exist there. It's just people walking by and seeing the crochet stuff, and you hear comments when you're working in there, how cute the stuff is. And so that makes you feel kind of good that people are actually seeing it and they're actually buying it and they're enjoying it. So now I'm going to go on the search and try to, I might just make up my own Santa Claus or my own snowman family with my own hats from different types of snowmen instead of going through Etsy. I mean, it's not much to do the bodies. It's the hats that you want to do because that's what adds to them. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to start working on Christmas ornaments. At first, I wasn't going to do Christmas ornaments because I'm not much on, as on things that have to repeat over and over again. But I found a bell that's really cute, and it's using Chanel. So that's a plus, and it's really cute. So when I've got 2 made, I'm going to make 1 more, and then I'm going to go kind of on the search for different ornaments, but I'm not buying any patterns. There's so many free patterns out there that are Christmas ornaments that are crocheted that I'm going to pick and choose and do that because I'm going to have to decorate my tree that's in my booth right now. It's all decorated in fall, and my pumpkins and stuff. So I think I'm pretty much done doing fall stuff because in another month it all has to be turned over into Christmas. So I think I'm done doing that. But it's funny, my daughter, for my birthday, she got me a really pretty, nice, very nice Bible cover. And then the other gift, she says, Mom, you have a second part of your gift, but it's not here yet. So we met up for dinner this week, and it's a porch goose. She didn't realize I had a porch goose. So now I have 2 porch gooses. So I'm thinking the one I'm going to keep at home because I really like it on my porch. It's kind of cute. But that means then I have to make 2 outfits. But those 2 outfits, I can maybe put a sign, gooses on display only, but they can take her clothes off and they can purchase their outfits. But I'm only going to do like 1 a month. I'm not going to do like 4 or 5 unless there's a special order, but I'm not going to do that because I have too much other stuff I have to do. I already have an order for snowman that I had showed you earlier, so I have to do that, and plus she wants more, so I'm going to have to do that. But then one more thing before I go, because I know I did a lot of stuff, but it's all in Alyssa's, and I needed to get out there. So, but I have my kitten, or she's now a cat. She's 1 year old, and I was cutting up a tomato, and I decided to open a can of tuna and put it on top of my tomato, And she smelled that tuna, and I could not sit down to eat. I had to walk around with my plate because she was wanting to eat my tuna. So lesson learned, you need to lock her up before I have tuna because there's no peace as long as she can smell that tuna. So that was pretty funny event. And let's see, I think I showed you my reindeer, but I'll double check. He turned out cute. Here's my reindeer. I'm pretty sure I showed you my reindeer, but he's another one that I like. And so my focus is on Christmas items. Before I was crocheting, I used to always start Christmas making things. I used to sew a lot in July. And so this is not much different. I have nothing else to say. I don't want to just keep rambling on because I don't want you to get bored. But I would like you, if you could, do a thumbs up. And please join, subscribe into my channel. I would really appreciate it. the more people I get on, eventually I can get some sponsors and maybe get like a little monthly check or something. But I have to have a lot of hours, and most of mine are like 15 minutes. So that's a lot of 15 minutes, or do what the other girls do, just turn it on and do my work. And then you just fast forward what you don't want to watch. I might just start doing that because I'm never going to catch up. I think they went like 4,000 hours in a year. That's a lot of hours. So have a great week and be careful. And always remember, keep looking up. And I will talk to you maybe sometime this week or next Sunday. Bye.